Hey guys, this is my video discussion for week number 2 in COMM 3903. I'm a little bit late this week, sorry, so if you guys don't get to my video, it's cool. I will try to be more on time next week. So this week we were discussing apologies and following the article that we read about brand apologies. I think that for me, my biggest takeaway was responsibility. Like the overriding theme, the feeling that you get from each of these apologies is someone's taking responsibility for what's happened and they're going to fix it. And I think as any apology should be, like if you're apologizing, you're saying, I made a mistake, I'm going to fix it. And so I think each of these apologies were just very honest, laid everything out really clearly. There was no, I think a lot of times in the corporate world when we come across apologies, sometimes there's kind of vague language where like we don't really want to take full responsibility for this because that might have other ramifications that we're not ready for. So they're more vague, and I think the thing that came across to me in the apologies, especially like the Airbnb apology and the kind of the Netflix apology, was just like, hey, this is definitely an issue that this problem that we recognize that we've caused, or we haven't been quick enough to respond to, like with the Airbnb situation. And here are the steps that we're going to take to fix it. And even with the really brief Twitter apology from Apple, it was still, we made a mistake, we're fixing it. And essentially, 2 tweets. So even though it was brief, it was still the same basis, and gave the reader or customer or consumer the same feeling of, okay, they're accepting responsibility for how things went wrong and they're going to fix it. And this is how they're going to fix it. And I think just in personal relationships, but also with any issues I've ever had with companies or as consumer experiences, the apology is always great, but I, more than an apology, want to know, how are you going to fix this behavior, or how are you going to prevent this from happening again? Because that is where the trust comes in with whoever you're dealing with, be it in a personal relationship or with a company or a corporation. You want to know that I can trust you that this type of thing isn't going to happen again, or if something does happen again, I know that based on our history, you're going to do your best to fix it. And I think that is a takeaway for any other PR professionals too, is, hey, if something warrants an apology, be sure to apologize in humility and sincerity, but also, just as importantly, be sure that it's fixed and that you're moving forward with an attitude of fixing it, so that people know that in the future, if something like this happens again, the company is going to do its best to remedy it. So those are my thoughts this week, and again, I apologize for it being late. I will try to be on time this coming week, and I hope you guys have a good one.